Hey guys, today I want to talk about the perfect hunting knife. Of course, there's no such thing as a universally perfect knife for every type of hunting situation. It all depends on how you hunt and what type of animal you hunt. But today I want to show you what I think is the best hunting knife for my hunting situation. I'm hunting here in Central Europe, and mainly we hunt roe deer, which is a fairly small sized deer species. And of course, we hunt wild boar, which can be pretty large, up to 200 pounds or 100 kilo. So, what you see here is a really traditional German hunting knife. We call it the Nika, and it got its name from the technique it is used, or it was designed for stabbing a wounded animal in the neck to quickly kill it and release it from its suffering. And as you can see, it has a fairly pointy and narrow blade. They are typically drop forged, have a fairly thick spine, and come with stack handles like this one here. This one is made by Hubertus in Solingen, and I guess it's some type of stainless steel. I guess it's 1.4116, the crop steel. Full flat ground. So this is a really traditional German hunting knife. It can also be used for skinning and gutting, but typically for me, I don't like it that much because it's too pointy. When you're gutting or skinning, it's really easy to pierce something that you don't want to pierce. So I prefer a shape with a bit more belly. However, the handle is really good, fits in your hand really nice, and the guard prevents slipping forward on the edge, which is really important. They come with this traditional type leather sheath that can be worn either on the belt with this frog here with the belt attachment, or you can take it off, and in some hunting pants they have a special leg pocket where you can just stick the knife in and carry it that way. So next off we have a folding knife, a pocket knife. This is made also in Solingen by Diefenthal, and this one has a hollow ground drop point shape, really wide here at the tip, good for skinning, not so much for stabbing. Beautiful stack handle, really beautiful. Let me get the focus right here. Come on, focus. Doesn't want to focus right now. Okay, but you can see it's really nice stack. Has this large button here to release the back lock. And yeah, it's a beautiful traditional knife, nickel silver bolsters. And some hunters prefer folding knives. This would be a traditional one, and something a bit more modern would be the Victorinox. I think it's called the Hunter. And of course it has the typical locking big Swiss Army knife blade. It also comes with a large saw, which can be really useful to open the pelvis bone or cut through the rib cage. And it has a really specialized tool, which is this little gutting blade, which is designed to prevent you from stabbing into the guts when you're opening the skin at the belly, when you're gutting a deer or wild boar. But yeah, in general, I don't prefer folding knives because they're really difficult to clean. There's a lot of little spaces where blood and gunk can build up that can get dirty. And yeah, I don't really have a need for a specialized gutting blade. I just put my finger on the tip of the knife like so when I go in under the skin, and this prevents me from stabbing into the guts. But yeah, they're a nice option, easy to carry, fairly cheap, these Swiss Army knives. High quality, but yeah, in general I don't prefer it, mainly because they're really difficult to clean and they're not that robust, because when you're gutting and butchering game, you really have to do some heavy cutting. Next up we have here EKH8. This is a Swedish made hunting knife, 12C27 stainless steel, Sandvik steel. It has a really nice, about 3.5 inch drop point blade, so full flat ground. It's crazy sharp, cuts really well, and I think this blade shape is pretty close to ideal for what I need. Has a thick Bubinga wood handle. It's a really nice tropical wood, really robust. It doesn't take up any blood or water, so that's really good. Easy to clean, full tang. However, for my hands, I have medium to large size hands. This handle is a bit short, and when I do really heavy cutting, I would prefer a little bit bigger handle. Next up, the Bark River what is it called? Classic Light Hunter, I think. It's a Bob Loveless design. This one has 154 cm steel, which is a really good steel, holds an edge really well, which is important when you're working on an animal. You don't want to be sharpening the knife every 5 minutes, which is something I don't like about the easy knives. Their 1095 is fairly soft and it loses its edge. It's really fast when you're skinning a deer or a wild boar. However, this one has a really slim, thin handle, and when you're delivering powerful cuts, I don't like it that much because it doesn't give you enough to hold on and to push really hard. It doesn't feel comfy when you're doing hard cutting. However, for lighter tasks, light skinning, it has enough belly, nice point, so it's also a really good hunting knife. The typical Bowie knife, such as this, the Buck 119, which has here about a 5 or 6 inch blade, is preferred by many hunters. I don't like it that much. First of all, I think it's too big. I don't like blades that are much over 4 inches for hunting purposes. And also for me, it's too pointy. It's too easy to stab something that you don't want to stab. And also for the size of game we hunt here in Germany, it's just too big of a knife. However, if you hunt larger game or you don't mind the bigger size, this is a really good hunting knife. The handle shape is really good. You can get a strong grip on it and make powerful cuts. And also the finger guard prevents you from slipping forward on the sharp edge. Next up is another German knife. I haven't used this one yet, but I think it would be a great hunting knife. It's made by Linda. It's called the Super Edge 2. And it's made of ADS 34 steel. Really good steel, holds an edge really long, relatively easy to sharpen. But yeah, I think it's a great steel for processing game, and it has this nice semi-skinner's blade shape, which gives you a lot of belly for skinning, but you still have a tip so you can pierce hide and stuff like that. It also comes with a really nice shaped rubber handle, craton handle, and jimping here on the spine, so you can make some really hard push cuts. And you won't slip because it's fairly grippy. It has the checkering here on the side, and also it's really easy to clean. So this is pretty close to, it's also fairly cheap, so this is pretty close to what I would consider an ideal or a perfect hunting knife. 4.5-inch blade, full flat ground, super sharp. That's what I like. So last but not least, my favorite and most used hunting knife of all time. I've gutted probably about 30 deer with this one, and this is a custom. So let's have a look at it first. This one is called Wildmark Evo. It's made by a German knife maker that now lives in Sweden. He's called Heiko Hess. Check him out online. I will put a link in the description box to his homepage. And this knife basically has everything that I like in a hunting knife, and that's why I consider it the perfect knife. It's made of super tough 01 steel. It's not stainless, so it will rust, and it also develops a bit patina, but I never had any issues with it, with water or blood. No rust problems, nothing. You can just wipe it off after you're done. And first off, I really like the blade shape. It's a nice drop point, not too long, not too short. About 4.5 millimeters, 4 millimeters thick, which is plenty enough. It's a really strong knife. And what I like most about this is the way this steel is heat treated, because it's really tough, so you don't get any rolls or chips on the edge even when you get in contact with bone. But on the other hand side, it also holds its edge really, really long, which I believe is really important. If you're working on an animal, you don't want to be sharpening all the time. It just takes away time and it's messy. So I just want my knife to stay sharp through the whole process, even if I need to gut or butcher several animals. So steel blade shape, blade length is ideal on this one. Next up, the handle. This is some stabilized wood. I forgot which exact wood, but I think it's really beautiful. It looks great. The advantage of stabilized wood is it still has the nice classic look of wood, but additionally it also has similar, it reacts in a similar way to water or blood, like plastic or non-natural material. It doesn't take up any liquids, so it's really easy to clean. You can just rinse everything off really easily, no problem there, and it doesn't swell, it doesn't crack, nothing. It's basically like plastic, but it's still wood and has this great, beautiful look. And what I also like about this handle is it's fairly large and it has a great shape. It's wider here at the end, so you can hold on to it really well. It has this finger groove here at the front, so you don't slip. And with this knife, there's no hot spots, nothing. You can work really hard for a longer period of time. You won't slip. It won't get damaged if it gets bloody or wet, nothing. So the combination of blades shape, steel, and the handle shape and material makes this, for me, the perfect hunting knife for what I do. Thanks for watching, and let me know what's your preferred hunting knife.